So, dear students, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
So, I think we can begin now. So, before we begin
Yes,
this
sir.
class, I think there is some echoing. So, I would like to request to all the participants if you can mute yourself. So, you can unmute yourself as and when required. So, as and when you would be asked to answer to a few questions, then you can unmute yourself. Or in case you want to ask something, otherwise it creates unnecessary echo. So yeah, so before we proceed any further, so let me ask a few questions to you kids. So do you know what is meant by the word ved? So this word vedic has been derived from the word veda, but do you know what is meant by the word veda? Because it is part of our cultural heritage, so you should be aware of these things. So anybody can tell me what exactly is meant by the word Veda? Students, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
So I think I'll have to tell you what is meant by the word Veda. So the word Veda basically means knowledge. Knowledge. So can you tell me now that how many Vedas do we have, or how many Vedas are part of our Indian culture and heritage? Anybody can take
Sir,
a
Ten
four
guess?
or
Vedas
four.
are part.
Yes, please.
Sir, four Vedas are part of
Okay,
the Indian
four
culture.
Vedas. So which of them is the oldest one? Oldest one is Rig Veda. So you should be knowing these things because these things are frequently asked in various competitive exams. So anyways, now let's come to the point. So we are conducting this workshop specifically to learn the basics and advanced tricks related to Vedic maths. So now somebody might ask that what is Vedic math? So Vedic math is basically a collection of tricks. So you have to understand that this is not a subject in itself, but this is a collection of tricks and techniques which are derived from mostly derived from algebra. And all these techniques and tricks have their origin in some of the mantras or some of the sutras mentioned in Vedas. So because our ancestors, we are specifically referring to the time when these Vedas were written. So they were very religious in nature, so they used to conduct different kind of ceremonies. So to conduct those ceremonies, they used to construct different kind of altars on which puja ceremonies were held. So it involved a lot of mathematical calculations. So if you refer back to Rig Ved and Atharva Ved, you will find many sutras which actually involve mathematical calculation. So these ancient tricks and techniques have basically been derived from those mantras. Now, the credit for developing the concept of Vedic math goes to Swami Guru Sri Bharti Krishna Tirthraj ji. So who was he? So Bharti Krishna Tirthaji is also known as father of Vedic maths. So he was basically a saint who was born in Tamil Nadu, and he was a saint in Puri Jagannath temple. Puri Jagannath temple. And he was also scholar in mathematics. So it is his effort that we are going to study today. Now let me come straight to the point. So why do we study Vedic maths? Obviously the first advantage is that Vedic math provides you with very unique, very amazing shortcuts and tricks. So that is first advantage. The second advantage is that it is a kind of brain exercise for you. It helps you to increase concentration. The second advantage is that you will never need pen and paper again. If you practice sincerely for like 6 to 8 months, half of the calculation that you ever have to do in your entire student life, you won't be requiring pen and paper. So I'm skipping all these. So just understand that what are we going to study, what is meant by when I say that we are going to study Vedic maths. So for next 10 days, so this workshop 10 days conducted on Saturday and Sundays. So 10 days, in these 10 days we would be learning entire Vedic maths. So you should be having a understanding of what actually is Vedic maths. So Vedic math basically consists of 16 sutras or 16 techniques, strategies and 13 sub strategies. So if you basically understand all these 16 sutras and 13 sub sutras, only then you can say that you have studied entire Vedic maths. So now let me ask you one question just to see that how attentive you are. So how many sutras are there in Vedic math? How many sutras are there? Please. Students, 16 sutras. So 16 sutras basically means 16 strategies. So now let's begin. Let's not waste any time. So learning Vedic maths is actually learning all those 16 sutras. So in next 10 days, we would be doing that. So today, since it is our first class, so today I will keep the speed very slow. So let's understand the first sutras, total 16 sutras. So out of 16 sutras, we are going to learn the first sutra today. So first sutra, the name is Ekadhiken Purven. So you can, if you are not comfortable in Hindi, you can have a look at the English translation of it. Ekadhiken Purven. Now what is meant by Ekadhiken Purven? Ek means one. Ek means one. Adhik means more. En means previous. So this is So this is a strategy or technique in which you will be given a number. Suppose you will be given a number X. So all you have to do is that you have to understand what is the value of X plus 1. Very simple. If I say to you that I give you a number 6, can you tell me which number comes after 6? Which number comes after 6?
7.
7. If I ask you to find which natural number comes after 112, so is it difficult for you to answer that? Which natural number comes immediately after 112?
No.
113. So this is the basic
130.
Yeah. So now we are going to have a look at few tricks in which you will be given a number and somehow in those tricks you have to concentrate on the next number. So this is the meaning. When we say a sutra, we are talking about a particular strategy. So now we are going to have a look at some tips and tricks in which you would be given a number. You have to simply find the next number and do something. Now what you have to do something, we will see. So this first sutra of Ekadhiken Purven is used in 3 cases, 3 techniques. So today, today we are going to learn 3 different techniques. So first case is finding product of 2 numbers when sum of their last digit is 10 and remaining all digits are identical. So let's understand first technique. So finding product of 2 numbers when sum of their last digit is 10 and remaining all digits are identical. What is meant by this? So now we are going to learn a shortcut strategy based on Vedic maths. So when can you apply this strategy? When you have to multiply 2 numbers. You see multiplication and last 2 digits of those numbers, the sum is 10. 7 plus 3 is equal to 10 and the remaining digits are identical. Now look here. 1 plus 9. Sum is 10 and remaining digits of both the numbers are identical. Now look here, 7 plus 3, 10, and remaining digits in both the numbers are identical. So I hope you understood that in what situation can we apply Sutra 1. Now we are going to see what is meant by applying Sutra 1. So if I say to you, I am multiplying one number, let's say 282 into, so what should I be writing here? What should I be writing here so that it becomes in the desirable format? 8, 8, 2,
Sir, 8.
so that 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. Now let us see what is the strategy. You understood that when this strategy should be applied, but now let us understand what is this strategy after all. So the strategy is this in proper format? Is this in proper format? Please tell me. Are these two numbers
Yes,
in
sir.
desired format? 7 plus 3, 10. And the remaining numbers are identical. So strategy is look at the last digit. So last digit. So you are going to multiply two last digits. So create this. The answer will be in two parts. Part 1 and part 2. So part 2. Concentrate on part 2 first. So part 2 will consist of two digits. Why two digits? Because you are multiplying two numbers of one digit each. So create two spaces. Now what are we going to write here? Simply write here 7 into 3. So 7 into 3 is equal to what? 21. So write 21 here. What should you be writing in part 1? In part 1, use Ekadhiken Purven. Now choose this number 1. Now multiply 1 with the next number. So 1 into 2 is equal to how much? 2. 2. So this is the final answer, 221. If you have a calculator with you, you can actually verify whether we are correct or not. So let's verify. 17 into 13, 221. So I will repeat this strategy again. I am repeating this. So please pay attention. So as soon as you see that the numbers are in desirable format, you can apply this. So create two parts in your mind. You don't have to use pen and paper. You can do all this in mind. Since you are multiplying two numbers, two digits, since you are multiplying two digits now, so create two blank spaces here. 7 into 3, 21. Write 21 here. What are we going to write here? So choose this number 1. So take the next 1 into 2. So 1 into 2 is equal to 2. So this is the final answer, 221. Let's take one more example. Is this in desirable format?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if this is in desirable format, so we can apply this strategy. Part 2. Part 1. So in part 2, we create two blank spaces. So what are we going to write in this blank space? 1 into 9. So 1 into 9 is equal to 9. But there are two blank spaces. So I am forced to write 9 as 09 because somehow I will have to fill both these spaces. So I cannot write 90, that will be 9. I have to write 9. So 9 can also be written as 09. So what should I be writing here? What should I be writing here? So take the remaining numbers. So remaining number is 2. So multiply 2 with the next number. Ekadhiken Purven. One more than the previous one. So 2 into 3, 6. So this is the final answer. 609 answer. Let's verify. I would insist that if you have a calculator with you, it will be more satisfying. It will be more fruitful for you. So 609, as you can see. So are you comfortable with this trick? Students, are you comfortable with this trick?
Yes, sir.
So can I expect you to solve such kind of questions on your own? Come on, hurry up, tell me.
Yes, sir.
So now I am
Yes, sir.
challenging you.
Yes, sir.
I don't think so. I have no confidence in you. So I am challenging you. Don't feel bad, but let me test you. Let me see whether you are lying or not. So I am challenging you. Now I will give you only, let's say, 5 seconds. 5 seconds to solve questions. Now solve this. Solve this. Okay, I'm giving you 10 seconds.
Done,
Come
sir.
on.
Done, sir.
Anybody has the answer?
Sir, the answer is 5616.
Okay, but you took a lot of time. So let us see. It means you have not grasped it yet. So this is in desirable format. So two parts. In first part, multiply these two numbers, not 2 into 8. So 2 into 8 is 16. Write 16 here. Take this number out. Take this number and multiply it with the number. You can do in your mind itself. So 7 into 8, 56. So this is the final answer. You can verify it as and when you like. So I am not yet convinced, bachcha log, I am not yet convinced. So I am giving you another question, and this time please take yourself seriously. Challenge the time, because this is speed maths. You cannot take more than 10-15 seconds. So I am giving you maximum 15 seconds. If you take more than 10 seconds, then there is no advantage of studying Vedic maths. Solve this one. 15 seconds. Solve mentally.
Done. Sir, done. Sir, I'm done.
Okay, fine, good.
3009.
Very good, beta, very good.
Done, sir.
So two parts. In first part, 1 into 9. And you have to ensure that there are two spaces. So write 9 as 09. In this part, 5 multiplied by the next number. So is this what you all got? Is this what you got? 3009?
Yes, sir.
So I think this must be the correct answer, because we all cannot be wrong
Yes,
at the
sir.
same time. So next challenge. This time I can give you only 10 seconds. Please, students, see, you have to have faith in me. See, you cannot simply expect that in 10 minutes you can start solving Vedic maths. But you should at least give it your best effort. So please do not use pen and paper. For next question, do not use pen and paper. So do you promise me that you are not going to use pen and paper for next question? Are you promising me that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see. Do it mentally. So I am giving you next question. So I am writing your question here. Don't use pen paper. Come on, hurry up. 82 into 88.
7216.
7216. Very good.
7216.
So
Done, sir.
I had the first answer. So this is the motive behind.
7216.
very good, beta. So this is the motive behind studying Vedic maths. You should not take more than 10 seconds. It is a crime if you take more than 10 seconds. Next question. Hurry up. 5 seconds.
7224.
Good.
7224.
7224.
Very good. So 6 into 4, 24. And here 8 into next number 72. So this is the final answer. Come on. 5 seconds without pen paper.
7221.
7 to
Done, sir.
1. Very
7221.
yes. 7 threes are 21 and 8 into 9 72. So you can do all the mind itself. Now what will you do? Is this in desirable format? Yes, this is in desirable
Yes,
format.
sir.
Solve this. I can give you 10 seconds.
60021.
How much did you say?
42021. 42021.
Okay, let's wait for other kids. So last two digits are confirmed 21. 7 into 3, 21. What should I be writing here? So this time these are the remaining digits. So take 20 out, multiply it with 21. So 20 into 21, 420. This is the final answer, 42021. Normally you would have taken 1 minute. Now you took hardly 10 seconds. So let's verify this. So can you see the answer is correct? So now I am giving you challenge, 10-second challenge. Come on, hurry up. Not more than 10 seconds. Not more than 10 seconds.
13242.
You fell for the trap. This is not in desirable format.
13,572.
This is not in desirable format. It was a trap question. Trap. You fell for it.
13242.
No, beta, no. This is, look at. This is not in desirable format. Is it? Is it in desirable format? Is the sum of last digits equal to 10?
No, sir.
No, it was a trap question. So please be careful. Solve this one. Even this is not in desirable format. Even this is not in desirable format. All these were trick questions. Now please understand something. So am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
please
sir.
have a look at these two numbers. These, if you look properly, the sum of last two digits of these two numbers is equal to 100. No.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So same trick can be modified. So now you can apply the same trick. But now you have chosen last two digits. So last two digits have the unique property. Earlier we saw that sum of last digit was 10. Now we are concentrating on last two digits. If their sum comes out to be 100, the same trick can be modified. So now you are multiplying two digits. So make 4 spaces here. In these four spaces, what should you be writing? You should be writing 97 into 3. So what is 97 into 3? It will be much easier for you. So 291. See, how can you solve 97 into 3 mentally? So it is 90 into plus 7 into 3. So you can do all these things mentally. 291. So how can I write 291? I should be writing this way. 291. And what should I be writing here? Same trick. Take the remaining number, multiply it with the next number. So 6 into 7, 42. So this is final answer. 42029. This is the final answer. I will repeat again. How we solve this one. So please be careful. So in this case, instead of last digit, last two digits had the unique property. So 97 plus 3 is equal to 100. So now I modify the trick. So two digits from here, two digits from here. That's why I make four spaces. So in these four spaces, what should you be writing? 97 into 3. So 97 into 3 is equal to 291. But there are four spaces. So you have to write it this way. And in this remaining space, what should you be writing? Take the remaining digits out, multiply it with the next natural number. So 6 into 7, 42. So final answer 420291. Let's verify. Four two zero two nine one. So now I am giving you challenge 20. Chalo 20 seconds challenge. 20 seconds challenge, because normally this would have taken you like 60 seconds. So I can afford to give you 20 seconds. So here is the question. Is this in desirable format?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Sir, it is 200979.
Let us see. Here it would be part 1 is easy to calculate. So 4 into 5, 20. So here it would be 20. What about this? 89 into 11. So 89. I will teach you how you can solve all this easily. I will teach you tricks how you can multiply 89 with 11 in your brain itself. But for now, you can do it on pen and paper. So 89, 89. So 9, 79. So I hope I am correct. So this is what you got. Final answer. Is this what you got? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about this? Is this in desirable format?
Yes,
Look at the
sir.
last three digits. The sum of last three digits is equal to 1000. So what are you going to do? Three digits from here and three digits from here.
Sir,
Make
six.
six spaces. Six spaces. So in these six spaces, you are going to write 2 into 998.
1900.
Please tell me the answer.
Sir, 156001996.
Okay. So in part 1, I would be writing 12 into 13 come to be 156. So part 1 easy to calculate. Part 2. So these kind of questions are asked. See, when you will grow up, and when you will start participating in competitive exams, then you will see these kind of questions are very, very common. So students don't know what trick is to be applied. So 998 into 2. So 998 is very near to 1000. Very near to 1000. So 1000 into 2. 2000 minus 4, because 999 is 2 less than 1000. So 2000 minus 4. So 1996. So write 1996 here. So final answer 156001996. Is this what everybody got? Come on students, be honest. Did you get this answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to explain this again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, look at the last 3 digits of both these numbers. So it is 2 and 998. So if you add these two, it comes out to be a multiple of 10. So we are interested in situations in which sum of last digit is 10, or sum of last 2 digit is 100, or sum of last 3 digit is 1000. So somehow a multiple of 10. So here the conditions are satisfied because the remaining numbers are identical. So it is a perfect situation to apply the first sutra, ekadhiken purven. So here 3 digits, here also 3 digits. So make 6 spaces here, 6 spaces. So in these 6 spaces, you have to write the product of these two numbers. 2 into 998 is equal to 1996. But there are 6 spaces. So I will have to write 196 in this format. In first place, what can I write? The remaining number is 12. Is multiplied with the next number. So 12 into 13 is equal to 156. So final answer comes out to be 156001996. We can verify it right away. So 12002 multiplied by 12998. So you can see for yourself that the answer is matching. Now how are you going to solve these kind of questions? Is this in desirable format? Students?
Yes, sir, it is in the desirable
But this
form.
is decimal.
Yes, sir.
This is not natural number. So what you can do, you ignore the decimal. If you ignore the decimal, you will realize that the numbers are in desirable format. If you ignore decimal, then you can immediately see for yourself that the numbers are in desirable format. So ignore the decimal and tell me the answer. So since here we have
13224.
15624.
15624. I guess this is what you are telling me. So 15624 in case you ignore the decimal. But how can you ignore the decimal if decimal is given in question? So bring back the decimal. How can you bring back the decimal in final answer? So how many digits are there after decimal? So 1 and 2. 2 digits after decimal. So count from backwards. So 2 spaces. Put decimal here. So this is the answer. 156.24 is the answer. So these tricks can also be extended into the world of decimals. So students do not think logically. That's why they do not apply these tricks in terms of decimal. So what works for natural number also works for decimals. Should I explain this again?
No, sir.
Okay. Solve this one. I'm giving you 15 seconds. Not more than that. Cannot give you more
Sir,
than
I
that.
have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
1.16.
Sir, can this trick be used for rational numbers?
Rational numbers. See, but this trick actually has to do with natural numbers. So when you talk of a rational number, so you are talking about a fraction. So it doesn't work for fraction because decimal,
Yes, sir.
if you start ignoring decimal, it will start looking like natural number. So it doesn't work for fraction, obviously.
Okay, sir.
So come on, students,
The
hurry
answer
up. 15 seconds are over.
1110.16.
Ignore the decimal.
11016. 11016.
11016 and then adjust for decimal. So there are two digits after decimal. So counting backwards, you place a decimal here. This would be the final answer. I hope you got this trick now. One last question, then we will move to next trick. One last question. Ignore the decimal. You will start seeing the reality. Ignore the decimal. I'm giving you 25 seconds. Come on, be happy now. 30 seconds.
One zero one zero 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 two four.
So attention should be given to last two digits. Sorry, last digit only, 6 and 4. They add up to 10. So this comes out to be 24. Now what should I be doing? Concentrate big number, 1000. So 1000 tried with 1001. So 101 zeros. So this is your final answer, ignoring the decimal. Now bring back the decimal. So how many digits are there in total after decimal? So 2 plus 2, 4. So counting from backward, 1, 2, 3, 4. Place decimal here. So this is the final answer, 10010.024. Is all got? Please, dear students, answer me.
Sir, please repeat this method.
Okay.
I didn't get this answer.
See, if you ignore the decimal, then the last two digits add up to 10 or not. Do you agree? If there was no decimal, then it was in desired format or not.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So ignore the decimal for the time being. So in this space, you have to write 6 into 4. 6 into 4, 24. Now look at the remaining digits. So remaining digits are identical, 1000. So what are we writing in first part? In first part we are what should I be writing? 1000 multiplied with the next number. So what is the next number? 1001. So if you multiply 1000 with 1001, so effectively speaking you are adding 3 zeros here, 3 zeros. So if you ignore the decimal, the answer comes out to be this much, 1001000, but you have ignored decimal for your convenience. So bring back the decimal. How can you bring back the decimal? So count how many digits are written after decimal. 4 digits are written after decimal. So bring back the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place here. So this is the final answer. Full and final answer is this much. Let's verify. So you can see for yourself that the answer matches. Answer matches or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now we have had enough of this trick. I am fed up of this trick. Now let's move to next trick. So next trick, finding square of any number which ends in 5. So for example, if I ask you to find square of this number, so now we are going to learn a trick for those numbers which has last digit as 5 and you are trying to find the square of those numbers. So let us see what is the trick. So is this in desirable format or not? Last digit is 5. You are trying to find the square. So what is the trick?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me what should be the trick? See, basically you are multiplying 35
Sir,
by 35.
take square of the last.
You are multiplying 35 by 35 or not? I will tell you the shortcut, but just understand that how do mathematicians think? How do mathematicians come up with shortcut? We just now saw a trick. This trick that we are learning now is just a modification of previous trick. So when you say 35 square, you are basically multiplying 35 by 35. The last two digit is, if you add them up, it is equal to 10 or not? It is equal to 10. So same trick can also be applied here. Same trick can also be applied here. So 5 into 5, you will always get last two digits as 5. That is the reason that the last two digits is always 5. Because you would be multiplying 5 into 5 and then you would be writing here. So let me come straight to the shortcut. So the shortcut is, you have to find the square of 35. So divide this into two parts. So last part, instead of 5, write 25, because 5 into 5 will result in 25. Here what should you be writing? 3 multiplied by next number, ekadhikeन पूर्वेन. So 3 into 4, 12. 25. This is the final answer. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the shortcut. I will again explain you what the shortcut is. This is very brilliant and very commonly used shortcut. As soon as you see that the last digit is 5 and you are trying to find the square of that number, the answer can be found out mentally. You can do it mentally. Instead of 5, write 25. Instead of 3, write 3 multiplied by next bigger natural number. So 3 into 4, 12. So final answer 25. So if you do it normally, it will take you 1 minute. But if you use this trick, it should not take you more than 5 seconds. I say 5 seconds. If you are not able to solve this in 5 seconds, then you consider yourself that you have not learnt Vedic maths. So I am giving you next question. Challenge. 5 seconds.
Four two two five.
Done, sir.
So divide this, the answer in
4, 2,
two parts.
2, 5.
Yes. Instead of 5, write 25. Instead of 6, write 6 into 7. So 4, final answer. Next one. Divide this into two parts. Instead
Sir,
of 5,
please
write...
repeat this.
Okay, I'll repeat. So I'll repeat the procedure for those who are having problem. So last
Sir,
digit
this
is
trick is used with only 5 number.
when the last digit is 5. If the last digit is 5 and you are trying to find the square of that number, so separate 5 and separate the remaining numbers. So in place of 5, write 25. Now look at the remaining number. So the number is 3. In place of 3, you have to write 3 multiplied with the next bigger number. So 3 into 4, 12. So this is the final answer, 1225. So same we did here. Last digit is 5 and remaining digit is 6. So in place of 5, I wrote 25. In place of 6, I wrote 6 multiplied with the next number. So 642 became final answer. So I can give you maximum 10 seconds now. Solve this.
One 32 20.
132, 25.
13225. Very good, because 11 multiplied by 12 is equal to 132. I will teach you in later classes how can you multiply anything with 11 in your mind itself. But we have to go logically. We have to go sutra by sutra. That's why I cannot jump the queue. So everybody got the same answer?
Sir, what's the name of this trick?
Name of this trick, beta, is Ekadhikain Purvain. As we started this class, I told you na, look here. Ekadhikain Purvain. See, don't go after the name. Just try to memorize the tricks. Fine. Since I have to teach, I have to tell you all these things in depth. Otherwise, as a student, you simply concentrate on the tricks. So the name of the trick is Ekadhikain Purvain, which means if you take any number, so in these kind of tricks, you have to immediately find the next number and you have to do something. And doing something is multiplying. So are you ready for a 10-second challenge? Are you ready? Everybody is ready?
Yes, sir.
Do not use pen and paper. Not allowed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for this one I can give you 15 seconds. But do it mentally. One thing is for sure. The last two digits would be 25. What about the remaining portion?
156.
39 multiplied by next number.
So
So
done.
39 into 40.
Sir, done. 156025.
So you are telling me that 39 into 40 is equal to how much? 9 fours are 36. So 156025. This is what you got. Is this what everybody got?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Come on. I can help you. Last two digits would be 25. Now find the remaining answer.
Five one zero zero two five.
So this, what are we going to write here? Take this 24 out and multiply it with 25.
5
So 24 into 20.
025.
These multiplication also be done. I will teach you how you can do that. Just I will give you some hint.
60025.
You are multiplying by 25. Instead of multiplying by 25, so 25 has the same meaning. Is this equal to 25 or not? Is this equal to 25? 100 by 4. So when you are trying to multiply anything by
Yes,
20,
sir.
suppose, see, I am teaching a trick to you. Suppose you are trying to multiply anything with 25. First you divide that thing by 4. This is equal to doing this. This is equal to doing this. Same thing. Both have the same meaning. So if you want to multiply, see what I am trying to say. If you want to multiply 24 with 25, you can do this mentally. Divide 24 by 4 and then multiply it with 100. It has the same meaning because 100 by 4 is equal to 25. So now tell me the answer quickly. So 24 into 25, 600. So this is the final answer or not? Everybody got this answer? See, unless you answer to me, then it will be difficult for me to proceed further. So everybody got this answer?
Yes,
Lavanya,
sir.
did you get this
Yes, sir.
answer? Samyukta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how are we going to solve this?
Yes, sir, I got it.
By ignoring the decimal. Ignore the decimal for the time being. And tell me the answer. Ignore the decimal and tell me the answer.
Sir, 42.25.
4225. Now bring back the decimal. So how many digits was there after decimal? One digit was there after decimal, but since you are squaring, so double it. So 1 becomes 2. So counting backwards, decimal should be placed here. So 42.25. This is the answer. Are you comfortable with this concept? This decimal thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see how comfortable you are. Now try solving this without pen and paper. Ignore the decimal. So 12.
156.25.
So if you ignore the decimal, answer comes out to be this much. But now bring back the decimal. So there was only one digit after decimal, but since you are squaring it, so 1 becomes 2. So counting backwards, this is the place where you put a decimal. I hope everybody got this answer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now try to solve this one. Ignore decimal. Don't worry. Ignore decimal. We can struggle with decimal later on.
Five.
2025.
Okay.
0.20.
2025. Now it's time to bring back decimal. So actually there were two digits after decimal. So 2 becomes 4. So counting backwards 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the place where I should be placing the decimal. So this is adjusting the decimals. So let us verify. 0.45 whole square. So 0.2025. So we are actually correct. Come on. I'm giving you 15 seconds. Normal students would take 1 minute. But since you know the trick, you should not take more than 15 seconds. Ignore the decimal.
42025.
Sir, 4.2025.
42025 is what you get after ignoring the decimal. But if you try to bring back decimal, so 2 becomes 4. So counting backwards 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the place where decimal is to be placed. So 4.2025. I hope everybody has got this
Could you
trick.
explain how it is done?
So shall we proceed further, Naman?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Lakshya,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
come on. I'm giving you 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
So done.
1010025.
Come on beta, tell me again. फिर से बोलना.
1010.
1010025.
Okay. And what about decimal?
Sir, it will move 6 places before.
After the first one, 1.0101025.
Okay, so the correct answer is 1.0125. So everybody got this answer? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Lavanya, you got this
Sir,
answer?
please explain.
Okay. Okay, I'll explain again. You ignore the decimal. Last digit is 5, so I can apply the trick. So 5 becomes 25. Now look at the remaining portion. So remaining portion is 100. So 100 multiplied with next number. So if you multiply anything with 100, so you can simply add 2 zeros at the end. So first part would be this much. So you understood
Yes,
till
sir.
here? Now you have ignored the decimal. So you have to bring back the decimal. So how many digits were there actually after decimal? 3 digits were there. So now you are squaring it. So 3 becomes 6.
Sir,
So
6
counting
after 6
backwards.
digits.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counting backwards, this is the position of decimal. This is the row to place the decimal. Okay. You understood? Did you
Yes, sir.
understand?
Yes.
Okay. So now it's time for us to learn the next trick. So next trick is shortcut division when divisors end with 9. Now what does this mean? So if you want to do these kind of divisions where in the denominator part, the last digit is 9. So for example, next time you see these kind of questions, you can easily solve it without using calculator, more accurately than calculator. Suppose I ask you to solve 1 divided by 19 using traditional method. It will take you 2 minutes. If I say to you, answer till 5 places of decimal. If I ask you to answer till 5 places of decimal, you will take more than 2 minutes to answer. But Vedic maths give us a short trick. So let us understand what is that short trick. So are you ready to understand that short trick? So nobody is answering. Looks like nobody is ready. Nobody wants to understand the trick. Okay,
Yes,
so you are
sir.
ready. So I am also ready.
I'm ready.
So I am also ready to teach you the trick. So let us begin.
I'm also ready.
So what is written here is 1 by 19. So it is in desired format. It is in desired format. So what do? You say goodbye to this. Say good and add 1 to the previous digit. So 1 becomes 2. So say goodbye to 9 and concentrate only on this much. You will get the answer. Here answer. Now I am not saying that 1 by 19 is equal to 1 by 2. I am not saying this. I am saying I will use this to correct answer. Now let us begin. 1 divided by 2. If you divide 1 by 2, what is the quotient you get? 0. You get quotient 0. So start
Minus 1.
Yeah, please. Please tell me. If you divide 1 by 2 using traditional method, you will get 0.
0.5.
You will get 0 as quotient and 1 as remainder, na? See, let's first.
0.5.
No. See, you are not under. Let me explain to you what I am trying to say. Then we will proceed further. Okay, before learning this method, let me clear a few doubts. If you divide, let's say 17. If you divide 17 by 3, what is the quotient and what is the remainder you get? You are dividing 17 by 3. What is the quotient you get? 5. What is the remainder? 2.
Sir, we get 5 as the quotient and 2 as the remainder.
Yes. If you divide 117 by, let's say, 9, what is the quotient and what is the remainder? Hurry up.
Sir, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Sir, we get 117 as the quotient.
No. See, if you are dividing A by B.
Oh wait, no.
It's 30.
A is known as divisor. B is known as divisor.
Sir, 13.
13 as quotient. What is the remainder? 0. So you have become slow after learning Vedic maths. You should have become fast. One last question. If you divide, let's say 27 by 4, what is the quotient? What is the remainder?
So we get 6 as the quotient and 3 as the remainder.
Okay, so you understand the concept of quotient and remainder. So same concept you will have to apply here. Now let's get back to our original problem. So this is our original problem, 1 by 19. I saw that this is in desirable format because in denominator the last digit was 9. So immediately I said that I don't need this to solve this question. I can solve the question using these two numbers. I'm not saying these are fraction. I'm just saying that these two are numbers. So I said goodbye to 9. I added 1 here. 1 more than the previous. So 1 becomes 2. So I can solve the answer using this itself. So let us solve. Let us start solving now. If you divide 1 by 2, what is the quotient? What is the remainder? If you divide 1 by 2, what is the quotient? What is the remainder?
0.5 quotient.
So quotient is 0 because not a single time division will occur. Remainder is 1. Quotient means how many times proper division occurred. So if you divide 1 by 2, quotient is 0. Remainder is 1. Do you agree this or not? Are you understanding what I am trying to say? See here. If you are trying to divide 8 by, let's say you are trying to divide 3 by 5. 3 by 5. Will a single time division occur? No. So answer will be 0 and 3 will be the remainder. 3 will be the remainder. Do you understand that 0 is the quotient and 3 is the remainder? Are you able to understand this? Students?
Yes.
So now instead of solving this, I will get to the answer by using these two numbers. So now let us begin. So first you divide 1 by 2. Tell me what is the quotient, what is the remainder. So if you are dividing 1 by 2, so not a single time division will take place. So quotient will be 0, remainder will be what?
0 is the quotient and
Remainder is 1.
1.
So let's start answering. So 0. So now let us start answering. So place this 0 here. Place this 0 here. Remainder is 1. Remainder is 1. So place that 1 here. Now 1 and 0 looks like 10. 1 and 0 looks like 10. So next division that you can do in mind is now divide 10 by 2. Always concentrate on 2. So divide 10 by 2. What is quotient? What is remainder?
5 quotient, 0 remainder.
So write 5 here and remainder is 0. So write 0 here. So now 0, 5 looks like. So do the same on 5. Now divide 5 by 2 and understand what is quotient, what is remainder. See, I will start again. I will start again because this is very easy to understand. But for first time, it may be confusing to you. So I will start again. So we are dealing with two numbers. And we are starting our calculation. So start calculation by here. Start. First in your mind divide 1 by 2. Dividing 1 by 2, what is quotient, what is remainder? So quotient is 0, remainder is 1. So always concentrate on quotient. Write quotient here and write remainder here. Later on remainder can be discarded. So quotient is more important than remainder. So now it looks like 1 0. It looks like 1 0 10. So next division you have to do keeping in mind 10 and 2. So now answer what is quotient, what is remainder? 5.
5.
Remainder
So 5 is
0. So concentrate on quotient. Write 5 here.
Yes, sir.
Write 5 here. Write remainder here. So next approach should be 0 5. So 0 5 looks like 5. So do the next division on 5 and 2. So for 5 and 2, what is quotient?
So the answer will be 2.
2. What is the remainder?
So a quotient will be 2 and a remainder will be 1. So remainder will be 1.
So write this 2 here and write this 1 subtly, very subtly, so that you can remove it later on. So our next approach should be on 12. So 1 and 2 looks like 12. So 12 and 2, do the same on 12 and 2. What should be the quotient? What should be the remainder?
6 quotient 0.
6 and then remainder is 0.
Okay, so write 6 here boldly and write 0 subtly. So our next approach should be on 6 and 2. Because 0, 6 looks like 6. So 6 and 2. Now tell me answer. Quick. Vedic maths, quick.
6 quotient 0 remainder.
No, quotient is 3. What is the remainder?
0.
0.
So write 3 boldly and 0 subtly. So our next approach should be on 0, 3. That is 3 and 2. So this 2, always we are using 2. But the upper number keeps on changing. So our next approach is on 3 and 2. Now tell me what is quotient, what is remainder?
The quotient is 1.
Ha. Remainder?
Quotient.
Okay, quotient is 1. Then what is remainder?
Quotient 1. Remainder 1.
The remainder also 1.
Yes, remainder also 1. So write 1 here boldly and remainder 1 here subtly. So our next approach should be on 11. So you can keep on doing this forever. So you have got the answer up till 5 places of decimal. So answer is, now remove all the subtly written reminders are ready. Do you have a calculator with you? Do you have a calculator? Students, do you have a calculator with you in your mobile?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I do have.
Okay. So I will have to do the needful. Let us see if we have actually calculated the right answer or not. So 1, this is the moment of truth. 1 divided by 19. Is the answer matching? 0. Look here. You could have continued for forever.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it is matching because
It
like
is
the
matching.
first
It
5
will match.
digits
So
are
this is
matching.
the beauty and you can say simplicity of Vedic maths. So let us do one more on same approach. 1 by 29. So what should I be doing? I should say goodbye to this gentleman. 9 is a gentleman. I
So
will say
first we have to take 1 by 2.
Pardon? No, this is Ekadhike Purven. Then you will have to add 1 to the remaining portion. So you have to concentrate on 1 and 3 now and start doing the trick. Are you getting my point? Hello, are you there? So shall we begin now? See, no one is replying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will find the answer using 1 and 3. So let us start. 0 and decimal and then you start. Because decimal will always be there. Upper number is always less than the lower number. Now let us start calculating. Concentrate on 1 and 3. So if you divide 1 by 3, what will be the quotient? What will be the remainder? Quotient, no division will take place. For the first time, division will not take place. 1 is smaller than 3 or not?
Yes, sir. So it's more than 3.
So division will not take place at all. So quotient is 0, remainder is how much?
So 33?
No, don't
So
go for
0.33?
decimal. We are talking in terms of remainder. So remainder will be 1 or not? See, if you are dividing 17 by, let's say 5. So 5 threes are 15. So you are dividing 17. So what is the remainder? Remainder is 2 or not? So if you are dividing, let's say 7 by 11, not a single time division is going to take place. So the entire number is the remainder. So unless you understand the concept of remainder and quotient, it's not easy for you to grasp this method. So now let's concentrate on 1 and 3. So if you divide 1 with 3 for the first time, what is the quotient? What is the remainder?
So quotient is 0 and remainder is 1.
Remainder is 1. So write quotient boldly and remainder right here subtly. So our next approach should be on 10. So divide 10 by 3. What is quotient? What is remainder? Come on, please. How many times 10 can be divided by 3?
3 times.
3 times. So 3 is the quotient. What is the remainder?
Remainder 1.
1.
Remainder 1.
Yes. So write 3 here boldly and remainder 1 here subtly. So our next approach should be on 13. So 13 divided by 3. What is the quotient? What is the remainder?
The 13 divided by 3, 4 is the quotient and 1 is the remainder.
4 is the quotient, 1 is the remainder. So
Quotient
write
4,
4 here
remainder 1.
boldly, 1 here subtly. So our next approach should be on 14. 14 divided by 3. What is quotient? What is remainder?
So 14 divided by 3, 4 is the quotient and 2 is the remainder.
Okay, quotient is 4 and remainder is 2. So
4
again write
quotient, 2
4 here
remainder.
and write 2 here. So our next approach should be on 24. So 24 divided by 3 is equal to how much? Quotient is equal to how much?
For 8. For 8 is a quotient and remainder is 0.
Remainder is 0. So okay, we have got enough digits. So find 0.0448. Let's verify. So can you see?
Sir, it is matching. Sir, it is matching because starting 5 decimal digits are matching.
Yes. So let's solve one last question for today. Is this in desirable format? Is this in desirable format?
No.
So how can you bring it in desirable format?
No, sir.
Now this is in desirable. It is same thing, na? 1 by 13 is equal to 3 by 39. Multiply both numerator and denominator by 3.
Yes, sir.
Now this is in desirable format. So now you can apply the trick. So say goodbye to 9 and add 1 here. So start your calculation using these two numbers 3 and 4. So 0 point something. Now let's start. So 3 divided by 4. What is quotient? What is remainder? First time division will not take place. 3 is smaller than 4. So there is no question of divisibility. So quotient is 0. Remainder is, what is remainder?
Is 4.
3 is the remainder, not a single time division has taken place. So entire number is remainder. So write 0 here and 3 here subtly. So our next approach should be on 30. So divide 30 by 4. What is quotient? What is remainder?
Quotient is remainder. 7.
No, what is quotient? How many times 4 can divide 30? 7 times, na? 7 4s are 28. 7 4s are 28, na?
Remainder is 2. Quotient is 7.
7. So write 7 here, write 2 here. So our next approach should be on 27. So 27 divided by 4. Come on.
Sir, it is 6 and sir, answer is 6 and 3 is the remainder.
Remainder is 3. So 6 and 3. We will go for one last digit. So 36 divided by 4. Quotient and remainder. 9 4s are 36.
Sir, 36 divided by 4 is equal to 9.
9. Remainder is 0.
Quotient is 9.
Okay. So we have got enough digits. So I think the correct answer should be 0.0769. So let us see. Let us verify.
Sir, it is the correct one. Sir, it is verified.
Okay. So you can see answer.
So
message.
starting 4.
Yes, you could have continued for as long as you wanted. Okay, so this was all that I wanted to teach you for today. So now before we end this class, I would like to ask a few puzzles to you just to test your IQ. So can you read what is written?
Yes, sir.
So question is that a blind man, a man who cannot see, he is stuck on an island. So he has got 4 pills with him. Tablets. 4 tablets. So 2 tablets are of red
Sir, I know
color.
how to do this.
Yes? If
Sir,
you
I know how
then
to do this one.
please don't spell the answer. Let others think. So
Yes, sir.
this blind man is stuck on an island. He has got 4 tablets with him. So 2 tablets are red in color, 2 are blue in color. But the problem is that he have to eat 1 red tablet and 1 blue tablet. If by mistake he eats 2 red tablets, he will die, or 2 blue tablets, he will die. So he have to ensure that he takes exactly 1 red and 1 blue pill. How will he do? He is blind. So if he randomly picks, suppose he randomly picks two pills. So by mistake, it may happen that he picked both red pills, then he will die. He is blind, he cannot see. Then how will you, what advice will you give him so that he takes exactly 1 red and 1 blue pill? Think for 1 minute and
What can
then
I
answer.
say?
Yes?
What can I say?
You
Sir, can I say?
understood the question? Everybody understood the question?
Yes, sir. Sir, can I say the answer?
Okay, first things, everybody understood the question, na? तभी तो आंसर समझ में आएगा. Everybody understood the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now tell me the answer.
Sir, like the blind man has to cut all the pills in half. So there'll be half of blue pill, half of blue pill, and then half of red pill and half of red pill, which is
Blue
equal
and
to
half red.
one red and one blue.
Very
Sir,
good.
so everything should
So
be cut
what
in
he
half.
said is actually correct. Cut all the pills into two portions. So if you see properly, half plus half becomes one. One red pill and one blue pill. So he will throw these all and he will take one red and one blue pill. Good. Next puzzle. Read this.
Wish to cross the river. The only way to get to the other side is by a boat, but the boat can only take one boy at a time. The boat cannot return on its own, and there are no ropes or any tricks. Yet both the boys manage to cross the rivers.
Everybody understood this question?
Yes, sir.
So tell me the answer. So question is, there is a boat, but in that boat only one person can sit at a time. But there are two boys and both have to cross the river. Both have to cross the river. But
Sir,
the problem...
can I tell this answer?
Yeah, please pardon me.
Sir, in the riddle, it's never mentioned that both of the boys are on the same side. So one can ride the boat and go to the other side, and then he can pass on the boat to the other one. So he'll come back.
Okay, good. So this is the answer. So these kind of questions are asked in interview, because in interview, when you will grow up, when you will start facing in interviews, you will see that there is a round known as puzzle round. So what she said is actually correct. It is a trick question. Never in the question it is mentioned that both boys are on same side. So it is easy if one boy is on this side and the other boy is on that side. So one person will sit on boat. He will go to the other side. He crosses the river, and similarly the other person will come to this side. One last question for today.
Sir, can I answer this one also?
No, let others also think.
Sir, can I try?
Okay, now you can
Sir,
tell.
I got it. Sir, I got it. Sir, I just got
Sir,
it.
sir, maybe the police officer was going in the wrong direction,
Your
so he
voice is
thought.
breaking.
Sir, I know it. Sir, can I say?
Yes.
Sir, it's it because like the truck driver doesn't have a truck. He's just walking in the opposite direction.
Yes, yes, very good. So, truck driver is walking. He is not driving the truck. So, he's not breaking any rule. So, very, very good. So, that will be all for today. So, I hope that, anyways, in case you have not been able to understand a few tips and tricks, you would be getting the recorded video lectures. So, you need not worry. So dear students, in case if you have not been able to understand any tips and tricks, we would be providing you with the recorded video lectures. So you need not worry. So tomorrow you should be joining class at exactly 10, maybe at 9:55. Don't be late. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Double thumbs up to you. So what is your actual name?
Sir,
Why have you kept such a weird name, Soch Ka Safar? So is it your operated by your parents or what? So you have to join tomorrow's class on same link. Same link. So what is your real name, dear kid?
Arnav Rai Narvaria.
Arnav.
Rajnagar.
Okay, so you also want to become a news reporter like Arnav? No, you don't want to shout on television. Yes. So have a nice day, kids. So we'll meet tomorrow at same time. Not exactly at same time. I mean the time we began today. Fine?
Thank you,
Actually, I have a doubt.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Please, you can ask.
Sir, it's like it says according to the timetable because sir, like I have school at 10 to 11. So then
But tomorrow is Sunday.
no sir, sir, I'm telling Saturdays 10 to 11 only I have the school.
Okay, 10 to 11 you have classes. So
Yes,
tomorrow
sir.
is okay with you?
Sir, tomorrow is okay with me.
So let me talk. We will try to reschedule this. We'll try to change
Sir,
the time.
even I have classes while these 2 hours I got disconnected in middle due to a power cut.
So shall we, reschedule these classes for evenings from next week?
Yes.
Sir, could we
Yes,
do
sir.
from
Sir,
8 to
evenings
10
are okay.
instead?
Evening, but don't you kids play? What kind of generation you
Sir,
are? We were never
Sir,
at
could
our
we do
home
from
in
8 to
evening.
10?
We used to
Sir,
play.
I
Sir, we
thought
have to stay at home.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Sir, could
evening,
we do
but
Everybody
other
knows, na?
evenings I can play.
Sir, could you do in morning from 8 to 10?
Okay, tomorrow we will discuss that and we will definitely change the timing.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Fine?
just Tuesday, Wednesdays evening I can't do. Sir, other evenings I can do.
No, but classes will be held only on Saturday and Sunday. So we
Okay,
will
sir.
try to shift it for evening or whatever time suits you best.
Okay.
But
Yes,
one thing
sir,
is
sir.
for sure that classes will be held only on Saturday and Sunday. That cannot be changed.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay,
can
so
we do it from 8
let's
to
meet
10?
tomorrow. So Arnav is thinking something. He's in deep thoughts. Okay, so bye for today.
Bye, sir. Sir, could we do the class from 8 to 10?
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
8 in the morning. We will discuss that tomorrow. So let's meet tomorrow at
Thank
same
you, sir. Bye, sir.
time at
Okay,
same
sir.
link. Use the same link for tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay, have a nice day, all of you.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.